business podcast where you learn to earn more business, more sales, more clients with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. Make sure you check out our free course and our free guides over at 100mba.net. And today's episode is a must-read episode. In our must-read episodes, I share with you a book that I've read that has affected our business in a positive way. I share with you some of the insights, what the book's all about, and show you how the book can impact your business. Today's must-read is The Sales Acceleration Formula by Mark Roberge. Mark Roberge is one of the founders of HubSpot, and HubSpot's one of the first businesses that introduced inbound marketing. I'll explain what that means, but this book is all about how to create a great sales force for your business, no matter how small you are, because they started very small as well. I can't wait to get into this one, so let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Sidekick by HubSpot. Isn't that cool? Sidekick provides seamlessly integrated email tools for Gmail, Apple Mail, and Outlook. With Sidekick, you could receive live notifications when somebody opens and clicks on your emails, so you have powerful contact insight right in your inbox. Go to getsidekick.com/MBA to get your first month of Sidekick for free. That's getsidekick.com/MBA. The Sales Acceleration Formula deconstructs the process of building revenue into easy, measurable steps. Businesses that are really successful have a strategy for growing their sales force. They know how to hire the right people, they know how to train them, they know how to manage them, and they know how to use technology to help them out. And this is what the Sales Acceleration Formula is all about. Now, what I love about this book is that Mark Roberge, the author, he's the founder of HubSpot, and he talks about their story when they first got started. There was a small team of 3 people, and Mark's job was to build out their sales force. They wanted to sell more and more of their service. A little background, HubSpot is one of the first services to help businesses get more leads using inbound marketing. Just really quick, inbound marketing is what we talk about all the time, offering something for free in exchange for somebody's email, a lead. This is the opposite of outbound marketing. Outbound marketing is when somebody's making cold calls or calling people on the phone trying to sell them something. Or in person, they can do that in person. That's called outbound marketing. Inbound marketing is just the opposite. Your leads are coming in by choice. They're looking for information, and you're securing leads by offering something of value. Now, they had a great concept and a great service, but they needed to grow exponentially, and therefore they needed to sell more of their service. Now, you might be thinking, well, what are they selling if it's all inbound marketing? Well, once they have their lead, once they have somebody that has given their name and email address, they can contact them by email, or maybe they provide their phone number. They can call them and say, hey, I saw that you picked up our free guide. Do you have any questions about inbound marketing? And at that point, they have their lead, they're talking to them, and they can sell them their service. Now, let's get into what Mark shares with us in the book. And what does he mean by the Sales Acceleration Formula? And the formula is basically finding the right people, training them properly, rewarding them properly, and making it a system. So the system will reward your sales force automatically. But how do you do this? How do you create this incredible formula? The first step is finding out what the characteristics are of a successful salesperson for your business. This is what's so critical. And this is what he talks about a lot in the book, which I love, because their business is a little bit different. A great salesperson in a different market may not be the best salesperson for them, for their business. So he talks about the 5 traits of a great salesperson. And the number one trait, and this is what I love, because every time I've hired somebody, this is so true. And the number one trait is coachability. Can this person be trained? Can they be molded? Or are they rigid? Are they stubborn? The second thing is curiosity. Is the person you're hiring asking the right questions? Are they curious? Are they looking to learn? And number 3, which most people would say is number 1, but this is ranked number 3, prior success. Have they been successful in the past? And in the book, he talks about sometimes success in different areas is still success. So just because they don't have an incredible sales record doesn't mean that they won't be successful in the job you're hiring them. He elaborates a little bit on what that means exactly, prior success, because they could be successful in an area that can really help their new position as a salesperson in your business. and it doesn't necessarily look like an amazing track record and accolades in sales in the past. Fourth is intelligence. They have to have a level of intelligence in order to be a great salesperson. And then lastly, work ethic. Are they hard workers? Are they somebody that's willing to do what it takes to be successful? Now, I don't want to give away too much of this book because I want you to read it. I want you to get into it because it's really, really helpful when you're starting out. You realize the importance of having a great sales team, even if that sales team is one sales rep. And you might be thinking, hey, I can't afford that. Well, you can make them only commission-based. This is especially popular and well accepted online. So make sure you really get into this book because it could really help accelerate your sales in your business, especially if sales is something you feel uncomfortable with. So once you've found great salespeople, he goes into how to train them. He provides his sales training formula. He also goes into his sales management formula, how to manage your salespeople. He talks about metric-driven sales coaching. He talks about motivation and incentives. He then talks about how you can use technology to increase sales. I really enjoyed reading the Sales Acceleration Formula because one, it tells us a story of HubSpot. It also tells you how they grew from a few clients to this multi-million-dollar company. They literally went from $0 to $100 million in a few years. And this was extremely helpful, especially because we're growing a software business, and part of sales is educating your customers. And it had me thinking, how can I find the right salespeople to sell Webinar Ninja the right way, the way I want it to be presented? This book will also help you understand the importance of sales. It's not all just marketing. It's not all just creating a great product. You can have a great product, but you have to sell it to people. You have to educate people on how this could be beneficial to them, how it can improve their life. And they talk a lot about this in the book because HubSpot is all about education, educating their buyers. And we're like that too at the $100 MBA and Webinar Ninja. So it was really, really helpful because I really wanted to make sure that it's not just about making as much money. It's also educating your audience. Now, if that sounds like your kind of business where you want to educate your audience, you want to provide great value, and through that value, they come to understand that you are the person to buy from, then you got to pick up this book. And it's a pretty easy read. I got through the whole book maybe in a few sittings. And even if you're not thinking about growing your sales team, it's great to hear how a small business grew through some simple little strategies. Guys, I got more on today's must read, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, Single Grain. It's funny, today's sponsors are a perfect fit for today's episode. It's really hard to find great employees. Sometimes Nicole and I will take 2 months to find a new employee, to find our superstar. And we're not alone. It's the number one problem all companies face, including big companies like Facebook, Google, and Apple. They don't struggle with sales and marketing. They actually struggle with hiring. Why does hiring have to be so hard? It seems that every company struggles with this at some point. That's why Eric from Single Grain created the A-Player Hiring Blueprint after he lost close to $1 million on one bad hire. And today he's giving away a free resource he created called the 403 Rock Solid Interview Questions to help you find top talent. To get this resource, just text 403-BOOK to 33444, and you'll get the resource emailed straight to you. It's 100% secure and your data will be protected. Once again, that's 403-BOOK to 33444, and you'll get the epic resource, but grab it now because it won't be available for too long. The Sales Acceleration Formula is a great book to give you a holistic view of sales in your business. It's also a great insight on how to take sales in your business to the next level. There's only so much you can do. You need to get sales experts on your team. You need people that can really do things a lot better than you can. You could be a great salesperson, but you need to leverage other people's qualities. I highly recommend you pick up the Sales Acceleration Formula. As always, you can get a link to the book in today's show notes. If you're on your iPhone, just click on the cover art. You'll see a link to the book. If you're on a browser, just go to 100mba.net/MBA324. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. This week, we got plenty of more goodies for you. Coming up in the next 3 episodes is a 3-part lesson on how to create an online course. This is something a lot of people have been asking from us. So as always, we have to deliver what you guys want. So make sure you subscribe so you get those episodes automatically. All right, guys, I want to leave you with this. It's always good to learn and read books that are outside your comfort level. If you feel like, wow, building a sales force, that seems a little bit outside of where I am right now, read the book. find out, because most of the time you realize it's not that far-fetched. I mean, Mark, the author of the book, he was in charge of sales when they were a team of 3, and it was his job to find people to sell HubSpot. And remember, with sales, it could be commission-based, so you don't really need to pay anybody up front. They only get paid when they sell. So whenever you're approaching a topic, whether it's personal finance or sales or something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, like this is out of your depth, go for it. Because at the very worst, it may not be applicable right now, but it'll be applicable in the near future. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode, part 1 of how to create an online course. I can't wait to get into that, guys. I'll see you then. Take care.